Welcome to the CAGI Heartbeat Podcast. My name is Richard. As usual, we have a great one for you today. Today's episode is on Budgeting 101, Credit Scores Demystified, How to Improve Yours and Why It Matters, featuring Ms. Mimi Hoang of First Financial Bank. She's the Vice President and Community Development Manager. In this episode, you'll discover what a credit score is and why it matters for everyone: renters, buyers, job seekers, etc. You'll learn practical steps to improve your credit score along with some tools and resources that support your credit health. Good afternoon, Ms. Mimi. How are you today?
I'm well. How are you?
Doing very well. Can you let us know a little bit about yourself and describe your role at First Financial?
Yeah, so I'm Mimi. I am with First Financial Bank. I am currently the Vice President, Community Development Manager / CRA Officer. CRA stands for Community Reinvestment Act. I've been with the bank for 9 years.
Okay.
So I'm really excited to be here today and love to, talk about credit and really just highlight the importance of why credit matters and why we need to really pay attention to just the 3-digit numbers.
Absolutely.
And why, having good credit and fixing it if you have poor credit can help you achieve your financial goal.
Well, we're definitely happy to have you in today. Thank you for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
For sure.
Yeah, so again, what I do at the bank, I'm currently responsible for leading our CRA strategies across the West region. So I have all of Indiana, Illinois, so I have Chicago now.
Okay.
We actually just bought a bank up there. It's called Bank Financial. So I would be managing the Chicago market as well.
Oh, wow. That's a huge territory to take on.
It is. I'm really excited. Also to just really nervous to kind of see what it's up there and how we can improve the communities together and kind of grow that market.
Right.
I also manage the Louisville market. And then there are some county in Louisville. County in Kentucky that I'll also manage. So I have a really big territory. My role is kind of center of, again, so a CRA strategy. So serving the needs of low to moderate income communities and individual. So I work a lot with our community base. So organizations with like nonprofit organizations, housing agency, local leaders, government leaders to really identify and support the drive and the needs of our low to moderate income underserved communities.
Oh, wow.
To really kind of help drive the initiatives of, economic development, affordable housing, neighborhood development, neighborhood revitalization and stabilization, workforce development and education, economic development. So really just helping the community, but also guiding the bank to, achieve our CRA strategy.
Right.
I also serve as a key liaison between the bank and our regulatory agency to ensure our compliance. We work to serve our community, but also we have to make sure that the work that we do meet our regulators, which we get audited every 3 years. So compliant documents and things in the back end is so really, really important.
Absolutely.
But yeah, just I'm here to help our community thrive. So really excited to be here. The work that we do at First Financial Bank, it's amazing. We are growing every day and really just helping our community one day at a time.
Absolutely. I see the work that you do, not only outside of CAGI, but within CAGI as well. And we definitely appreciate your support as a partner. And keep doing what you're doing. I love it. It's great.
Thank you.
Next, we'll talk about what a credit score is and why it matters for you.
Yeah, so let's jump right into it. What is a credit score? A lot of us know what it is, but do we truly know what the meaning of our credit score, right?
Right.
So your credit score is more than more than just a number. Obviously it can start from 300 to 850, which 300 is being poor and 850 is being excellent. So it's really a key part of your financial identity. So whether you're renting a home, buying a home, getting a job, right? A lot of people don't know this, but getting a job can sometimes, especially in the finance industry, to run your credit.
Absolutely.
So it's really, really important to have, decent credit to be able to do anything nowadays. I'm not from the US, as you obviously know. When I first came to the United States, I don't even know what credit is. It took me a long time for me to be able to work in the banking industry to be able to know that credit score exists, because we don't have anything back where I came from. So a little bit of background, I came from, Vietnam, and we don't have things as credit. We buy everything outright with money. We don't hardly ever borrow anything from the bank. Even when we borrow something from the bank, it's like you put up a house, right? You put up a piece of land, you put up whatever you got inside your house, or pawn it to be able to borrow things. So I didn't know credit exists actually until I started banking, which is back in when I was in college. I started as a banker. I worked there, and even then I didn't know what credit is until I really dig deeper into what it is that I started lend to the community, and then I really know, okay, credit exists.
I'm sure that was a pretty harsh learning curve too.
It is. Yeah. It is, because how do we know if school would never taught something like that? When Absolutely. I went to high school, financial literacy, financial education doesn't really exist.
And even though we have credit scores here, we kind of run into that in America as well. We just don't get taught that in early school, which I feel like that should definitely be several courses all the way throughout, along with many others, but that really needs to be one.
Yeah, this conversation could be 8 hour longs if we let
Absolutely,
it, right? It's a lot that going through, the credit and what we have. So
in your work at First Financial Bank, what are some of the surprising ways you see credit scores impacting people's lives?
That's a great question. First Financial Bank, credit score far-reaching effect beyond than just a loan approval. So here's some of the example that I've seen over the years. Employment. Again, I mentioned that earlier. Especially if you work in the finance industry, they run your credit. And your background check, obviously. Poor credit could, lead you into not be able to get the job. Sometimes, for us to be able to give advice to people, to be able to, help them. If we have poor credit, how could we able to give people good advice, right? And also too is if you work in the finance industry and you have poor credit, there are many, regulations with that, and it's just not a good thing for you to, start managing people's money.
Yeah, it just doesn't match.
If we can't manage our own, how could we able to manage somebody else's finances or give them, good financial advice?
Absolutely.
So that's a tough one that people don't believe in it until I told them up front. I was like, this could affect your employment. Now, not a whole lot of people run credit reports anymore or credit check anymore on employment, but people out there still do. Especially if you work in the finance industry, and I don't want people to not able to get a job if that's affect them. And then the next one is rental and housings, right? Obviously, you knew this. They run your credit, and if you owe them money or have evictions on your credit report, that could also affect you from being able to rent or own a home. Especially buying a home, there's so many guidelines into it. It's just really, really hard to be able to, obtain really housing if you have poor credit. And then sometimes you also have to put a large deposit down if you have evictions or something on there. Another thing is insurance premiums. So insurance can be really high for you if you have poor credit. Obviously, they run your credit. And it could, your insurance could be, cost way more than an average person with good credit.
Right.
The next thing is stuff like utility deposit or cell phone plans.
Cell phone plans, really?
They run your credit. If you owed, another service provider, it could, affect you from being able to get a new phone, or just requires you to put a large deposit down again.
Right.
But that one is very common and many people know of. Interest rate and fees, obviously beyond loans and credit cards, auto lease, and even furniture financing. They run your credit just to make sure, you have good, payment histories and stuff like that. It could affect you paying higher interest. As you know, when you have poor credit, you go to a payday loans, you get a payday loan, and the interest could be up to 300%.
Oh, wow.
And that's really an eye-opening for a lot of people, because they're like, oh, wait, no way, they could go up to 300%. And I actually didn't know can go up to 300% until several years ago.
It gets a lot of people trapped in that cycle.
To me, 30% is like crazy, right?
So
and that's like on a credit card. 300, it's insane.
Yeah.
And then really just also, relationship decisions. You'll be surprised how many people get divorced.
I hear about that all the time. All the time. Over,
financial difficulty. And it's really, really sad, but that's play part of that. And, if we make bad financial decision, it could lead to, divorce, separation. It could be a lot of things. And then really access to emergencies fund. So some of us don't have savings, right?
Right.
If we don't have good credit, we're not able to get a credit card. We're not able to get a loan. So then, if we're sick, or we have urgent repair on our car, or anything emergency, we won't able to access that kind of fund. So, these are the main thing that I've seen out there. But also too, we, sometimes we put in the back of our head, we don't really think about that, but these are the things that we need to start thinking about.
Absolutely.
If we have poor credit.
Absolutely. So just try to stay on top of your credit score, because it's a lot easier to ruin your credit score than it is to build it back up.
Yes.
So you want to try your hardest to never let it go down or get any hits on your credit score that can impact you in the future, for sure. What would you say the main factors are that influence a person's credit score? Okay,
so there's a couple of factors that actually the percentage would be how I measure it, would be big and small. So the biggest one is payment history. It's about 30% of your credit. So the record of your time payment is the biggest, because you want to make sure you pay everything on time.
Right.
And just know, even if you have one missed payment, that can take 30 to 60 points off of your score. Ooh. And that late payment are going to stay on your credit report for 2 years.
Wow.
So, you don't want to have any late payment. That's why setting an automatic payment is really important. Because you don't want to, trust me, you work so hard for that credit. You do not want 30 to 60 points taken off. And it also too, it show when people pull your credit, it show on the report that, hey, you have late payment. We're not going to lend it to you, because if you're not making your payment now, why would we lend to somebody that not going to be able to make their payment in the future?
Right.
So 30% it's a really, really big main focus that you need to be focusing on, making payment on time, always. The next one is amount of credit utilization. So for example, you have a credit card, right? And they'll give you $5,000. Now let me ask you a question. Are you going to use all of that $5,000?
Absolutely not.
Okay, so this is 30% of the measurement of your credit. So you want to make sure you always stay under 30% of what your credit limit is. So let's just say you have a small little credit card, you have $300, right? Do we want to max that out? No. We want to use at least $90 of it and pay it back. And if you happen to max it out, and I'm talking about $300, I'm not talking about $5,000, $10,000 credit card. you want to pay it right back. Pay right away before they report it to your credit bureau, because that credit utilization will eat you up, and it will lower your credit score. So it's great that they give you that credit amount, but it's not great that you utilize all of it. And me, I've had you utilize all of it before, because I was going through a hard time and I had to pay my health bills at the time, and I see my score drop really quick. So just make sure, don't max out your credit card. And I know nowadays we're in a tough situation where it's not able to not do that. But try not to. That's to be the best advice that I always try to give
that's
people.
a really good rule of thumb is when you have a credit limit, don't look at it like that's your limit. Take 30% of that and make that your limit in your head, so you don't run over that and then start to drop your credit score for sure.
The next one is take 15%. It's your length of credit history. So the longer that you have something, the better your credit history will look. So when a creditor pull your credit, they want to look to see how long you utilize your credit. So let's just say you have a credit card for 5 years, you have credit history of 5 years.
Right.
So if you have a credit card for 15 years and you don't really use it, do not close that out, because you just closed out 15 years of credit history that you have. So even if you don't utilize that card, always swipe it $5, $10 and pay it off every month. That will also help, but do not close anything, because you just closing that credit history that you have. Right. So no borrower is gonna let you borrow something if your credit history is new.
Right.
New, I mean like a year, 6 months. So the longer you have something, the better it look. Even 4 years is considering new. So again, if you have the little credit card for a while, for a long time, and you don't, use it, start using it. Because if you don't use something for a long period of time, it will close it out. Spend $5, $10, have a payment coming out of there, and just pay it off every month. It'll keep that credit history alive for a long time to come.
Something I've seen people do is just take one of your utility bills every month and just use a small credit card to pay that, and then pay it right back off, because you're going to pay it anyway. So you might as well build your credit while paying your utilities. So that's definitely a strategy I've seen.
Yes. The next two, it would be credit mix. So credit mix mean you want to have a mortgage, you want to have credit card, you want to have auto loans. So creditor don't really like to see just one type of credit. One type of credit mean you just have a mortgage. It's fine, but they want to see mix of things. They want to see that you existed. You've been here, you established, you living in the US. As much as we don't want to take out debt, sometimes it's okay to take out debt.
Yeah, because they want to see a diversified.
We just want to make sure that that you live, you work in the US, you establish something that later on, if we need to go out and borrow something, we exist. We have the abilities to be able to borrow against it. So make sure you have different type of credit. I mean, it's great that we can able to buy our things out with cash, but not everybody have that access to be able to do that. So it's okay to have multiple credit cards. When I say multiple, I mean 2 or 3. We don't need 5. We do not need 10.
Right.
So do not just go and apply for credit every single day. We do not need that. And I'm ready to talk about new credit hard inquiry, which is another 10%. Obviously, new credits mean that we go out and we let the creditor run our credit to qualify for something. And sometimes they do a soft pull, which it doesn't really affect us too much. But when they do a hard pull, so let's just say you apply for a new credit card, they're gonna run a hard inquiry. Why do you think they do that?
I think they will run the hard inquiry just to check your credit profile, and they want to really see in depth everything that you have on your credit profile for sure.
Now, having one credit card is okay, right? You see, like recently I applied for a credit card this year because I realized that I had credit card that doesn't really accept in other country. So I went and got a MasterCard.
Okay.
They run my credit, obviously. It was a hard inquiry. But now, do I want to go and apply for another credit card 2 weeks later?
No.
Do I want to go and apply for another credit card 3 months later?
Nope, because those inquiries will start hitting your credit report.
Yes, so every time a hard inquiry hit, it can take you down to 20 to 30 points.
Oof.
And you do not want to do that consecutively every couple months. Trust me, you do not need.
Because you'll lose 100 points before you know it.
You do not need 5 credit cards, and there's no reason for you to do that. So only apply for credit if it's necessary, and it's necessary to your financial need. Do not go and apply just to apply, because trust me, you do not need to have 5, 6, 7 credit cards.
Right. From a banking perspective, what factor do you find people most underestimate or ignore? And is there any cases where customers have improved one of those factors and seen significant change?
Yeah, so the thing that I talked about prior is credit utilization.
Right.
It's, many people think making payment on time and making premium payment is doing something for their credit. Yes, it does. But also, if you max your credit cards out and you pay the minimum payment, it doesn't really do anything. It's just giving you a negative negative things on your credit. Right. So again, keep everything under 30%. That's what we want, right? But not always the thing that we practice every single day. But I always tell people, I'm not a lawyer. I can't give you legal advice, but I can give you what I've learned over the years, and just these are the examples that I use on myself as well. So yes, keeping your credit card utilization at 30% or below will actually boost your score.
And something I've seen with people as well, when they don't keep their credit utilization below 30%, the interest rates start to hit them over time, which further takes away from that credit limit as well.
So how a creditor, and I used to be a lender, so I used to lend home equity line of credit. I used to do credit card. I used to do small loans, and I also do small business lending as well from my previous role at the bank a couple of years back. But what I've seen is when I run people's credit, and if I see their credit card utilization is at 90%, it's going to make me questioning why you applying for another credit card when you cannot already pay the credit card that you have.
Right.
So that's the reason why. And a lot of people don't know this. And I'm like, well, why are you in my business, right? And I'm like, okay, well, we're in your business because we want to make sure that you're able to afford the payment that you have now. So if you're at 90% of your credit card utilization, why would we want to go and lend you some more money that you were not able to pay us back? Right,
because your credit, your minimum payment is going to be higher on that high utilization card, and then you're probably going to have high utilization on the one that you're about to get. So.
Yep. So a lot of people they will max out the current one that they have, go and apply another one, and then they're sometimes you get that 0% for 12 months or 14 months balance transfer, and then they go and transfer that. And then I've seen people that do it for years and not able to pay that balance off. So sometimes only do it if you think you can pay everything off. Because if you don't, you're going to carry that balance onto the next car that had 16, 18, 24% in interest. And that's going to be adding on top of that.
Makes sense.
Yeah. And then laying the credit history, I mentioned before. Just make sure you don't close out your old account. Keep it. Mix of credit type. Again, make sure you have a variety of credit. So credit card, auto loan, mortgages. And then soft and hard inquiry. So make sure that if a creditor gonna run your credit, ask them if it's a soft inquiry or a hard one. If it's a hard one, think about it. Do I really need this credit card? Do I need to have another one? But if it's a soft inquiry and it doesn't affect your credit, maybe give it a try. but I would say that only apply for credit when you need it.
Absolutely.
And then accurate reporting. Pull your credit report once a year, and you can get one free credit report. Go to annualcreditreport.com, pull your credit report, look over your credit report and see if there's any errors or not accurate reporting on there. So like things that you see on there that just say you seen a credit card for you see a charge-off credit card for $5,000 that you never apply for. Trust me, there's people out there that got fraud on their credit report every day. Mm-hmm. So it's important for you to review your credit report and find anything is not accurate, and then submit that, call the credit report it, and submit that to them and say, hey, I didn't do this. Because trust me, once you submit those claims and you provide all the document that they're asking for, that can push some point back onto your credit.
Right.
Because if you don't do those things, why do you have to pay for that? Why is this your consequence to take on when that is somebody else is doing fraud on your credit?
Right.
And you've seen that a lot.
Yeah, just other people taking on somebody else's debt. Yeah,
some people have the same name. The same name could also, a lot of clients that I've seen in the past where they have the same name with their dad. Mm-hmm. And some of the stuff from their dad, it's literally got passed on to them. Right. So in some cases, they passing on debts that they have it, occur over the years. And, that would be a great time for you to really look at your credit report, see what you do and didn't do, and report those false claims.
Right. Okay. Next, we'll dig into some practical steps to improve your credit score.
Mm-hmm. So some of these are basically, very similar to the thing that I already talked to our previous questions, but reduce credit utilization, dispute inaccurate information on your credit report, as I just mentioned. Think before you apply for new credit. Obviously, only apply for what you need. And then review your credit report. Again, make sure you look at things that you did, you look at things that you didn't do. And if you see a bankruptcy on your credit and you're like, I never filed for bankruptcy, I don't know what this is.
Yeah, that's a big problem.
Then you can go in and report this and say, hey, please take this off of my credit. I have not done this. This is not something that I'm doing. And bankruptcy is really heavy. Yeah. And always consult a lawyer on this, and never do it on your own. And a lot of people will come to me and they'll ask about bankruptcy. I always tell them, say, hey, I'm not your legal advisor. I would say that, ask somebody that is in that field to help you. But bankruptcy is another big one that can set some people back for years.
Oh yeah, it's like 10 years it stays or something.
It stay on your credit for 7 years, I believe, and during that time, it's really hard for you to able to obtain new credit. Right. That's mean like mortgages, credit card, anything, because bankruptcy is just really, really hard overall. But I completely understand, because sometimes you have too much debt that you can't pay off, and you want to reset and you want to start over, and that's completely okay. There's no shame with bankruptcy, and if you need to do that to able to start something new, do what you can. Right. Another thing is establish on-time payment habit. So make sure you do not miss any payment. If you are a person that forgetting to pay your bills, and we all do that sometimes. Set automatic payment. And if you happen to just miss one payment, and you know that you pay your bill on time for the last however years you've been alive, call your bank and say, hey, this is not something that I do. Or call whoever your creditor is. Right. Say, hey, this is not something that I do. I happen to miss one payment. Is there any way you can remove this off of my credit for me? I will never do it again. My bank have done it for several of my clients, because they're good clients, right? And mistakes happen. Sometimes we have so much going on in our life that we forget things. So it's okay to call your creditor and be like, hey,
I'm sure that's something that people don't think about a lot.
They don't when they think, oh my God, I'm not, I didn't pay my bill on time and now it's a ding on my credit and I can't do nothing about it. You know what? I always tell people, I said, there's not hurt to ask, right?
Right, absolutely.
Not hurt to ask. All you got to do is go in and ask. And trust me, a lot of people are really good people out there and they will help you. I have clients have come ask me before, say, hey, I've never done this before. Can you help me? And I did. I helped them and it moved up their credit and their score back to normal. So all you have to do, and advice I'll give you, is always go and ask. There's nothing wrong with asking. Monitor your credit regularly, seek counseling or financial education. You know what? First Financial Bank has financial literacy. Well, we have somebody that teach financial education. So we have partnered with CAGI. We have a mortgage officer that teach homebuyer education. We also have a financial wellness specialist that focusing on budgeting, credit, retirement, just different topic of financial literacy that you can take advantage of. If you find this episode, helpful today, reach back out to CAGI or to me. I can always share the contact with you to have somebody that actually would teach you all about credit, and actually will sit down with you and kind of help you, walk through some of that step to achieve your dream credit. Now, another things that I wanted to also talk about is set achievable goals. So, if you're struggling with poor credit today, have a plan and really be patient. Nothing can build overnight. Indeed. So you want to make sure that, improve your credit will take times. And take times mean that you need to start making payment on time. You need to start paying things off. And if you see that you have judgment, or you have late payment, you have charge-off account, you will need to pay that off.
Absolutely.
It does not disappear. It will not disappear. It will get sold over time to a different creditor until they can collect that money. I see a lot of people say, oh, if I leave it on there for 7 years, it will just disappear. I'll tell you, it will not disappear. You will need to start making payment on those.
Just keep following you around.
Yes.
Next, we'll focus on how First Financial Bank can help support these efforts of achieving a better credit score and better credit health overall. I'm looking at your website, bankitfirst.com. I found these First Financial tools and services. I've seen that you have First Financial Bank's digital and mobile tools that allow customers to view their credit score and full credit report, and also receive alerts and use a score simulator. You have credit card and loan offerings that are structured to help or rebuild credit.
Yes.
That's secured cards, basically. You have the checking and savings account with spending tools, with budgeting features, monitoring of cash flow, and directly from your site, it's manage accounts, track spending, monitor your credit, and more. And you also, as you spoke, have the educational content as well from First Financial's How to Improve Your Credit Score guide, and that walks people through the factors and how to improve your credit score.
Yes.
Which product or service do you find that customers use most when they're actively working to improve their credit, and how can listeners access them?
Yeah, great question. So at First Financial Bank, currently now, I mentioned earlier, we have financial wellness specialist. She specializes in credit. So besides teaching financial education, she also can help you repair your credit. So the two products that stand out the most for me, when I was assisting with customer, credits and things, was a secure credit card. So how that works is you put down $300, and then the bank will actually secure that. They will hold that $300, and then turn around and give you $300 credit card. Now, how you use it, it's really important, right? You want to make sure you keep it under 30%, but also too, it's you make that payment on time. You use it, you pay it back, you use it, you pay it back, and that credit history, that payment history is going to report to all three credit bureau, which we know, and I forgot to mention this. We have Equifax, TransUnion, and Experience. So having that payment history report to all three credit bureau is really important. And that's one of the things that I love about secure credit card, because you cannot use more than what they can give you. And it help you budget better, because when you use that $300, you're out. Now you're going to have to pay it back. So it forces you to be able to pay it back. And in some cases that I've seen before, where people get charged off on secure credit card because they max it out and they're not able to pay it back. So then how being secure, it's they're going to use that $300 the client put down to be able to pay everything back that they owed. So for people that don't have good credit or have poor credit and trying to repair your credit, secure credit card is the first step to be able to get that started. And a lot of the thing where I told my client is I advise them to do, it's when I review their credit score, and once they get that credit card, I seen that they have $50 electric bill that they send to collection, $100 furniture place that sent you collection. I told them, I say, hey, call these people, use this credit card and pay it off. Pay it right off, because when these collections disappear off of your credit,
it makes your credit score go up.
It makes your score go up. And what a great time to utilize the secure credit card. So I always looking for small charges first and ask them to make that payment first. So it's a great way for people to start fixing their credit if they don't know where to start. Another products that we have is called the Credit Builders loans. So you can do, I believe, up to $2,500 now, but you do not have to put any money down. So it's a loan. Basically, the bank will fund the amount, and then every month you just make a payment into it. So let's just say if you borrow $500 for 1 year or 2 years, you just pay $25 a month until you pay that off. And once you pay that off, that money, it's going back to your pocket. So basically like a saving you put away, you don't touch for 2 years. But that payment is going to report to all three credit bureau.
Awesome.
And what a great way to be able to build your credit that way. And we have specialists out there that this is what they do. They sit down with you, they pour your credit, they review your credit with you, and then they give you suggestions on what you need to do. And we have many clients that actually transition from being poor credit to excellent credit over time by just really listening to us and really put into the work. A lot of people, and these are from just some of the real experience that I use, is think that they get a secure credit card and it will fix everything. But if you don't start doing the work that I advise you to do, or the task I'm giving you, your credit will go nowhere. Doesn't matter if you have 5 secure credit card or 5 credit builder loans. If you don't start taking care of the judgment, the charge off, the collection, the eviction stuff that on your credit that you've done over time, it's not going to do anything for you.
I've talked to a lot of young people, and those two things in particular, the secured credit card and the credit builder loan, will be super useful for anybody starting out or repairing their credit, like you were saying.
And also good too if you're 21 and you have nothing established. A secure credit card it's a good way for you to get started. I have a lot of clients who are in college that will have the little $300, $500 secure credit card, and then swipe and then pay it off. That's a great way for them to start building their own credit. But also too, if you are a authorizer on your parents' credit card or something like that, you can also write it off their credit, their payment history. But also too, you want to make sure you are on a car with somebody that are responsible.
Right, because it'll drag your score down.
Yes,
if
they're not paying their bills, you do not want to be on their authorization.
Not at all.
Trust me. Yeah, you do not want to do that.
What's the best way for the listeners to access these services that you just mentioned?
So one is a good way. They can go through Community Action of Greater Indianapolis, you know, and have the conversation with you guys. And then you can obviously, you know, get them connected to us. And we have specialists that will reach out to you. You also have access to our website to be able to, you know, get on there, email us, email our customer service if you really need these things. And also to, you know, attend bank workshop, right? Community Action of Greater Indianapolis have workshops, education workshop that you can sign up and attend to. We also do, you know, one-on-one financial education workshop that you can also attend. So there's many things that you can access on our website, but also to really go back to, you know, your community base, and they'll be able to direct you where you need to go.
Basically, we want to let you know that you are not alone in this credit journey process. You can absolutely reach out to Community Action at cagi-in.org or Bank at First to reach First Financial and get some of their literacy tools as well.
Yes.
All right. Let's bring in some real life examples. Could you share a success story of someone who improved their score significantly and what actions they took?
Yes. So I have met when I was a financial wellness specialist, which someone who helping client achieving their financial goal, but also to repair credit, teaching classes. So that was my previous position with the bank before I was promoted to a community development manager.
Okay.
I have helped this client. She worked at Amazon. She worked long hours, really, and she had very poor credit at the time when she came to see me. I believe it was 580 or something like that. And she came in, sat with me. I asked her a couple questions. I say, hey, what is your goal? What are you trying to accomplish? And she said she really want to buy a house. She has 3 kids and she make really good money. When I say really good money, I mean she's up there. But she make poor financial decisions prior for choices to lead her where she's at the time.
Right.
And so I pull her credit and I walk through her credit report with her. And I say, hey, I see that you have a couple of charge off on here. You also have some late payments. Do you have fund today that you could start making some arrangement or payment on these charge off that you have? And she said, yes, I have that. My goal, it's the next 2 years to be able to buy a house. So I told her, I say, hey, this is what I need you to do. Go. I circle the thing that she needs to be doing, which I start with the new charge off first, because the oldest charge off, it still affects you, but it doesn't affect you as much as the newest one. Right. So I start with a couple of them that it's newest. So I say, hey, from here moving forward, no more late payment. No more late payment, no more charge off, no more collections. Because why? You make all these money. There's no reason to have that. You shouldn't be out here not making your payment on time. So she went back and she started cleaning up her credit. She paid everything off since to that point. She's have not been late to anything. She's been doing a great job, and she actually came when I was no longer in that role. She sent me an email, I believe 2 years later. Oh, wow. This long email that actually got me in tears. She was like, hey, Mimi, I just want you to know that I just bought a home. Oh, man. And my home, I bought a 5-bedroom home, and it was $400,000. And my boys are able to have their own bedroom now, and they cry as we walk through the door.
No, that's awesome.
And she thanks me for just really direct her to where she needed to go, what she needed to do. Sometimes I think, even though we have access to money and other things, we really still are lacking of where we need to start on certain things.
Right.
And that's completely okay. Mm-hmm. It's okay to have, financial struggle. We all do. Mm-hmm. I have some of my own that, a couple years back that I was dealing with that I didn't know any better. Mm-hmm. So there's no shame in coming and asking for help, especially if you need help. But yeah, I got an email from her. I was able to share this story with many people. Just really trying to inspire people that it's never too late to rebuild your life, especially your financial situation.
Right. Yeah, I'm sure that was an extremely rewarding email when that hit your inbox.
Yeah, it was I would say that it's make me love my job even more, and really evaluate life like, hey, I'm actually making a difference in somebody's life. I'm actually helping these people. So it's like I came home, I was like, motivate me. I'm like, who can I help next? Like, what can I do next to really help these people, getting out of the way that they think like, oh, I can't, I am beyond help.
Yeah, because
I can't be helped because I have too many things that, that I won't able to fix. Yes, you can.
Right, because once again, these things it's a complex system, and it's not something that we're commonly taught. So you kind of have to learn as you go, or start to take workshops and courses to get that education.
There's no shortcut to anything.
Yeah.
A lot of time where I see people have shortcuts cuts is where they pay somebody to erase everything on their credit, and they end up getting into more trouble because these people aren't paying anything off. It takes time, and you can't get everything off within months.
Right.
Because you have collections and charge off for years. Unless you can pay everything off at once, you cannot have these people come in trying to repair something, quick and easy. It's not a good way to do that. And I always tell people, I say, you got to be patient. Sometimes, it can take a year, it can take 2 years, it can take 3 years. It just really depends on the damage that you've done to your credit.
Right.
So
just know that improving your credit is possible, but there are certain traps to improving your credit. What are some of the pitfalls that you would say to avoid?
I would say ignoring small late payments. If you have a couple of them, they'll add up, so it can decrease your score over time. So make sure you always make payment on time. And I know I repeat this over and over to the last, hours that we have this podcast, but it's really important to make your payment on time. It's important.
Right.
Avoid maxing out credit cards. Just again, making sure stay at under 30%, or do not ever get close to the limit that they'll give you. Just because somebody gives you $10,000 don't mean you have to spend it.
Yeah.
Applying too many new cards. So we do not need 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 credit cards.
I've seen store cards get a lot of people in trouble with that.
I will always tell them no. Every time I check out, they're like, do you want to apply for a credit card and save 30%?
Right.
No. I do not, and I do not need it. So the rule of thumb for me is 3 credit card max. I don't really need 4, 5, 6 for what? What am I doing with those?
Yeah.
And then not checking your credit report for errors. So always, once a year, pull your credit report and see what's on there. You'll be surprised. You'll be surprised on what you see on there. And a lot of people are like, I didn't do this. I didn't apply for a credit card, with so-and-so. I didn't open a mortgage. I don't have a house.
Right.
So it's really important to do these things. I know it's a task, but if you want to have a good credit health, it's really important.
Awesome. When you work with clients, what's the single thing that you wish more people knew or avoided when they're trying to raise their credit score?
Again, what I mentioned earlier is avoiding shortcuts. Many clients work look for, quick fix. So paying somebody to repair their credit, open several accounts all at once, or failing to add that, promise instant result. Again, nothing is shortcut. These strategy can backfire them. So make sure that, you work with a trusted financial advisor to really kind of help you direct where you need to go.
Right.
I would not pay somebody $5,000 to help me repair my credit.
Yeah, that could go to paying off.
I'll pay directly to these collections that I owe. The real key is consistent, right? Healthy habits. Keep your balance low. Make your payment on time. Regular checking your credit. Why is this critical? Because sometimes quicker is not always better.
Right.
Having a plan, have a vision, and have a goal and try to achieve that is really important. So, work with somebody that you trusted. And, I might be biased, but First Financial is the best. We have some good people that actually can help you and really wanted to help you. We're more than just a community bank. We want you to succeed. We want for you to achieve your financial goal. So, how can we help you thrive? It's something that we always live by. So, come to us. We'll help you. And don't be scared of bank. There's nothing to be scared of. We exist to serve our client. We exist to help you. So, don't believe, bank is not going to do anything for me. We have helped transform many clients' life over the years. So
awesome. Some of the key takeaways from today's podcast: understand your score, get to know what it's made of. Focus on those big levers. Make sure you pay on time. We emphasize that over and over again on this podcast. Make sure you make those on-time payments. Reduce your credit utilization and keep those old accounts open because they do count. Make sure you use the tools and help from First Financial's credit score monitoring, their budgeting app, and their other credit-friendly products. And my challenge to you is to take one action this week. Check your latest credit score report and set up some auto payments for those things that you may forget about along the way. And also review your card balances to make sure that you are not over that 30% utilization. All right. Thank you for tuning in to the CAGI Heartbeat Podcast. Thank you, Miss Mimi, for coming in today and speaking with us and giving us a lot of valuable information on credit reports and credit scores. To learn more about First Financial Bank and their services and programs, you can visit a local branch or you can go to bankatfirst.com. And as usual, you can continue our discussions by reaching out at kgheartbeatpodcast@gmail.com or reach out to Community Action of Greater Indianapolis for support and finding resources and maintaining your momentum. Remember, improving your credit score is a journey, but with consistent steps and the right tools, you can absolutely take control. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you again for watching the CAGI Heartbeat Podcast. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share it with someone you think needs this. Thank you, and we'll see you back next week.